Hi, everybody. I'm John Rodman, and this is Facebook Live. We're at the Breakers, and you're looking at the Facebook page of the Newport Mansions. With me is Dr. Estevan Rael-Galvez. Did I get it right?
You got it right, John.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we've met the first hurdle this afternoon. And as you read in the introduction, he's here as part of a joint multi-museum project to start thinking about how can we improve what is arguably one of the greatest visitor experiences in American history already, but the museums are understanding that you want us to continue to make the experience newer and fresher. So how are we going to do that?
Well, John, first of all, it's a pleasure to actually be here. It makes me think of, these places are so layered with history, and certainly the Breakers, but it makes me think of an even richer, deeper, longer history. Aristotle once said, place is the first of all beings. And when I think of place being the first of all beings, it also makes me think that these places are alive. And they have to continue to breathe. We have to continue to reimagine them and think of new possibilities, particularly as demographics change and as audiences in this new modern age demand new opportunities to experience them in new ways.
To get closer, to touch things, right? Yeah,
absolutely. So you're right. It's a very successful model. Just as I'm looking towards the gate, there's like hordes of people coming in. But there's always new opportunities. People are looking for new ways to think about these places in different ways. And I think of houses, people lived in them. They literally breathed in them. They ate in them. They slept in them.
You're talking about odors now.
I'm talking about the senses. We're getting to the senses because I'm actually really interested in creating sensory experiences. So as you think about what these places tasted like, smelled like, felt like, where people kissed for the first time, where a new baby was brought into a house. So thinking about that, we have the opportunity to maybe have dinner in them and create new types of experiences that are tailored. Do we have to do that in a very careful way? Because some of these places, like the Breakers, certainly are very precious. So we have to think about this in a very thoughtful way.
But are museums willing to dive into this, or is it hard to get museums to go with this new way of thinking?
John, we have been working with this model since at least the 1950s. So it's actually interesting to think about the
you mean the model we have now?
Yes, the model that you have right now is based largely on a single sensory experience. You look at things. Right. Yet, maybe you're smelling some odors along the way. But
we kind of brought the ear into it with the audio tours. And we had some sound effects, some music.
Absolutely.
But that's just one more sense.
That's one more sense. So we actually have to think of at least 3 more senses. There is.
You mean beyond my sore feet?
Beyond, yes, exactly. The tactile feeling of your feet hurting in your no, but the creak of these floors. So there's ways in which the senses come to the forefront.
Is some of it the way you kind of order the experiences? In other words, does the way we do it right now almost suppress some of the potential sensory experiences? Is that part of what we have to unlock?
Yes.
Like the noise of that bus going by?
Absolutely. We actually have to open the windows, right? So that you do bring some of the out in, breaking down these walls in different ways. So there are many ways, small to large, to actually rethink the possibilities. So the way I get at the sensory experience is, what is the core story of that room? And how do we really get people to think about what happened there and what can happen there? So it's about the art of possibility. It's not only thinking about the memories that are held in those rooms, but what they can continue to be into the future as well.
This is an important part of how we try to make your visitor experience richer and deeper each time you come back to any one of the Newport Mansions. So one final quick question. this is a process that's ongoing, and the museums have already done several steps in the process. You're going to be back here in Newport when?
I'm going to be back here December 5th as I'm looking at Sue Ellen over there. So it's going to be a great opportunity. There's going to be a lot of work that has to happen between now and then. Some of it is going to be some small experiments. I want to think about the stories that are held in the objects. So one of the things I'm going to write to you about is a possibility of really looking at any number of objects, just one object. If we could pick one object in the breakers, what does that object have to say to us?
Well, I'm going to propose that, Estevan, you and I do a couple more of these Facebook Lives when you're back here in December, and let's make that part of the reimagining process.
Let's do that.
Okay, so you've been listening to Dr. Estevan Rael-Galvez, and we're going to talk some more about reimagining museum experiences and reimagining your visit to Newport. Thanks for being with us.